Off the rugged coastline of Palos Verdes, California, jagged rocks break the surface of the Pacific. For most, they're just a reminder of how unforgiving the ocean can be. But in 1961, these rocks claimed a giant, the Dominator, a World War II-era Liberty ship, and turned it into one of Southern California's most enduring shipwrecks. The Dominator was no ordinary vessel. Built during the height of World War II, Liberty ships were designed to carry troops and cargo across treacherous waters, the backbone of Allied supply lines. By the early 1960s, this steel workhorse had been repurposed for commerce, carrying a cargo of grain from Portland, Oregon, bound for Mexico. Her crew expected a routine voyage down the Pacific coast, but fate and fog had other plans. On the night of March 13, 1961, the Dominator entered the heavy marine layer off Palos Verdes. Visibility dropped to almost nothing. Captain and crew navigated by radar and radio, but the coastline is deceptive here, cliffs rising abruptly from the sea, waves crashing on shallow reefs. Just before dawn, the Dominator struck the rocks near Rocky Point. Metal groaned against stone as the massive ship shuddered to a halt, pinned by the Pacific itself. For 2 days, Coast Guard crews battled high surf to rescue the stranded sailors. Crowds gathered on the cliffs above, watching as helicopters lifted men from the crippled ship, one by one. Cargo spilled into the waves, sacks of wheat and corn bursting open and drifting ashore. Salvage crews attempted to free her, but the sea was relentless. Storm after storm pounded the Dominator, tearing steel apart like paper. By the end of the week, the ship was declared a total loss. Today, more than 60 years later, the Dominator's remains are still scattered across the tide pools of Palos Verdes. Rusted beams jet from the surf. Plates of steel lie half buried in sand. Divers and hikers who explore the shoreline can still trace her skeletal outline, a reminder of how quickly the sea can humble human ambition. For some, it's a curiosity. For others, it's a silent memorial to the men who once worked these decks, and to the ship itself, a war-born giant, defeated not in battle, but by the unyielding coast of California. The Dominator is more than a wreck. It is a fragment of living history, where the story of war, commerce, and nature all collide on the jagged rocks of Palos Verdes.